Hi Scorpio, welcome to your September 2017 overview reading. So this video is good for if you are sun, moon, or rising Scorpio, although it will likely resonate most if you are a sun in Scorpio. So I also have plugs for you at the end. You know, if you're interested in getting a single question reading, I'm still offering those. People absolutely love the single question readings, and I'm doing them every day, so I'm still going with that. And you know, stuff about how to get your solar year reading, all that jazz at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and pick a Doreen Virtue Angels of Abundance card. That one wants to come. Okay. Moonlighting. You can start working on your dream career part-time while keeping your other job to pay the bills. Soon your dream career will take flight and fully support you. This also has to do if you're trying to create space for like creative projects. Make sure that you view your current job as, oh, this is helping support me as I'm doing something that I'm really passionate about, even if, you know, even if it doesn't fully support you, it's still worth doing. Okay, so Paulina, Cassidy, empowerment. The determination of your mind and soul will guide you towards unleashing your inner power. Okay, that's definitely true. Okay, we'll do a 3-card pick at the end. And then I have a new Oracle card deck for you guys. And I'm using the Marielle Tarot. Sorry, this is so shaky on this card table. So the Marielle Tarot, it's like full-blown oil paintings. They're absolutely gorgeous. I've loved using this deck so far. I'm just doing a Celtic cross this month. They've been really clear and concise, and it's just really good information's been coming through. So let's see where you're at this month. Oh, there. And then the block or challenges, the recent past, the near future, what's going on up above and below, and then an advice card, external influences, hopes and fears, and then the outcome of the month. Okay, so then we have, this is the Alchemist's Oracle. This is going to be your growth period for each quarter of the month. And then whether you're coupled or not in some type of romantic partnership, this is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And these cards are just kind of framing, you know, what's going on in your romantic life. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Okay. So let's see where you start off. 7 of Swords. This has been coming up quite a bit. And this is like finding the silver lining, finding the diamond in the rough, finding, you know, what exactly hope are you able to cling on to, and really just driving that home and making that the focal point for the month is going to be so beneficial and so healing for you. So take advantage of that as you have these energies coming through. It's just because it's providing relief as you focus on that. Let's see what the block is. Ace of Discs. So something new is happening. There's some type of initiation that is bringing up fear. And as you begin to pursue things that are in alignment with you, you are always met with resistance. Because when things are going well, it's like, okay, well, let's test you. How committed are you? Are you going to push into this? Are you going to lean in? Are you going to accept the challenge? Or are you just going to roll over and quit? This is why you have to persevere in order to get things done and make things happen. And so really, what is it? That book, The Obstacle is the Way. It really is like, no matter what is coming through for you, you have to break out of that mold and push forward. If you're met with a challenge, go around. Be creative with your solutions to whatever is coming up. Let's see what's shifting out, what's in the past. Temperance. So there is something that is going to require more of your attention in September than it has over the summer. Maybe you're starting school. Obviously, if you're starting a new school year and you're in college or high school or, whatever, school is going to take a priority for most of you. So it's not like we can fully achieve 100% balance all of the time. That has gone out as summer comes to an end and fall begins. We start to initiate these new habits and things that are taking place. And so something is going to be taking up more of your time than it would otherwise take up. So let's see what's coming in the near future. Knight of Cups. This is you really focusing on yourself. That's the big message with this card is like, you are really focusing on your story and it's actually taking up a lot of your energy. And it's one of those things that it also has to do with your ego as well. Because the ego is what really makes these challenges more difficult. If you're willing to set your ego aside and just say yes to the right opportunities and to kind of follow your instincts, it doesn't hold you back. But if your ego dictates what action you take, then you run into issues. Okay, this is Three of Cups. So this can be overcome. It looks like focusing on yourself. It's like, yes, it's also about internal development, but you also have to look to groups and friends and family who are able to help you celebrate the wins and empower you. Oh, how funny, because we have the empowerment card. That's what's going to push you forward with whatever venture you have going on. Let's see what's going on up above. Okay, so soulmate relationships, not necessarily romantic. If that's not a focus for you, then this could just be a friend. And there is a lot of evolution. This could also be with yourself. You're kind of emerging and blossoming into this, more social creature and kind of being vulnerable in the way of showing what you really want to do, and your work in the world is going to come through big time. So, but this could also be, because we have the Three of Cups coming through, it could also be, soulmates coming through to support you and, shine their light on you to help you as well. In your subconscious, the Moon. Deep psychic reflection within yourself. This has to do with the Knight of Cups. It's like, this is what is kind of prompting this phase. Is like, there's so much going on in your internal world that you really have to just give that attention. It's one of those things. I'll clarify the Moon as well. I'm curious. The High Priestess. Can't make this up. So with this card, it's like, you really need to take time to meditate. I can't tell you how many signs have been having this message come through of like, make sure you're meditating. If you've taken my intuitive development class, it's all about developing your connection with divine source and tapping into your unique information and following the steps that you're being given. And so Make sure that you are giving yourself the attention that you need to tap into that psychic ability of yours. The advice for the month, 7 of Cups. Okay, so you're going to be confronted with decisions, and it's what is going to push you forward. That's the decision that you have to make. Are you going to meet these challenges head on, or are you going to just stay stagnant? You know, what do you want? Take actions that push you closer to your goals and closer to what you want. That's the only way to heal this situation. And then external influences, we have your vision, your internal vision, your inner world, as well as where do you want to be in 5 years? All of that's coming to the surface, and you're going to be finding reevaluation is really going to come in handy. So take the time to really map out what it is that you want externally. I'm trying to see. I want to clarify this one too for you. What's going on there? Because this is external influences, but so much of this is internal. I mean, we have the moon, the high priestess, 7 of Cups, Knight of Cups. There's a lot of water, 6 of Cups. Even though the base of the spread is work, the only way to kind of get what you want is to do the internal work. So make sure you're resting. Take a rest period, do what's right for you, and make sure that you are listening to your body as well. That's going to make a difference. If you get burnt out, you're going to lose sight of this. Hopes and fears for the month. Okay, so you're really hoping for this perseverance to really shine through and to hold on to your inner, your strength, your capacity to persevere. And I'm also getting, you know, whatever's in Leo in your chart, pay attention. To those of you who have a lot of stuff in Leo, just take a note, because those elements are going to be really, really important for you to pay attention to. This is just a message that I'm getting because it's like, that's screaming Leo. I don't usually get that from the Strength card, or I don't always get that from the Strength card, but Leos have been coming through a lot lately. So look up your natal chart and figure out what's in Leo, and then make sure you're nurturing that this month. And the outcome for September is the Wheel of Fortune. Ironically enough, this deck is the only deck that I really enjoy, the Wheel of Fortune. So what this looks like is just such, you know, you're fertile with creativity is what I would say. It's a lot of like birthing ideas. And even though you may be blindfolded to what comes next, it really is taking this in stride and just honoring the process. And as you develop your own intuition, your own seeing, your 6th chakra, you're able to kind of have hope for the future. And so it's a bright future. Like this spits you out in a beautiful position because it's just so full of hope, so full of life. And you have a lot of energy that can be applied to your creative projects, your business, whatever it is. It's like you're building and kind of setting the stage to push out all of these actions. Okay, so your growth period for the first quarter, mentor. This is either you being in a mentor role or you getting a mentor to help you. So I think for a lot of you, this is going to be your role. But for those of you who feel lost or you feel like you're not sure where to go next, seek out a mentor. Let's see what's going on in your romantic relationships for the first quarter. Five of Swords. So this just looks like you're preoccupied, like you're distracted, and or if you're coupled and you notice this by your partner, but that doesn't sound quite right. It seems like you're really in your head this month, because we have the Moon, we have the High Priestess, we have the Six of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, you know, we have the Four of Swords, the Three of Wands. All of these are about crafting your vision, and it's all like internal work. So that's why deep, you know, soulmate connections, a lot of that has to do with karma. And so you look particularly distracted. It looks like if you are interested in dating, you're probably not going to be as available as you would ideally be, because you have a lot going on internally. This is going to shift. Just make sure that you're being mindful of communicating with your partner what's going on with you as well, if you are coupled. And the second quarter, endings. Okay, so what this looks like is an emotional transformation, you know, with the things that no longer serve you. And it also, it looks like it has to do with this being wrapped up in your own story, being, you know, almost like you're too focused on, you know, what's going on with you, your own story, the things that you tell yourself. And because of that, you kind of have to end it and just say, okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. I need to be more productive, so move on. That's what the endings are about. Let's see what's happening in your romantic relationships. Nine of Cups. So Nine of Pentacles. Excuse me. So there's a lot of abundance within your romantic partnerships right now. So make sure that you're taking advantage of that, both giving and receiving what partnerships have to offer you at this time. So your third quarter growth period, healing. And that's from this ending, this emotional ending of things that, you know, no longer serve you. You're now starting to patch yourself back up and really heal whatever it is that you had to let go of. And in your romantic relationships, justice. So you're back to achieving balance, and that's because of the abundance that you have. And it's kind of like, as you move out of this period where things are ending and you're healing, as you heal, you're able to give and receive more. And so it just looks like a really nice balance, and you're able to clearly make decisions about what you want in partnership. And wrapping up the month of September, your growth period, slow down. Take your time, rest, recalibrate. You know, it's a really great time to take a break this month and do this intense internal work so that you don't have to prolong this process. Get it done. Typically, you know, these things aren't comfortable, but they're necessary. So make sure that you're taking time this month for yourself. You're slowing down. You're focusing on the things that work for you and are in affinity with you. And let's see what's coming through for your romantic partnerships. Strength. Again, this is a Leo. For sure, this is a Leo coming through. So, or it's like, it's someone who, I shouldn't say, it's not necessarily Sun in Leo. It is someone like, if they're a Leo rising, or if, you know, look at your partner's chart. I don't know why this is coming up so strong. So let's say you have a partner who isn't a Leo Sun, Moon, or Rising. Look at what's in Leo in their chart and pay attention to the synastry that's going on between both of those elements. What do you have in Leo? What do they have in Leo? How does that work together? How does that mesh? Because those are the elements that you're going to need to nurture. It's coming across as astrology to me. I don't know what the deal is. And I'm usually not so pushy with that idea. But it's coming across so strong. Like, pay attention to what's in Leo. what's going on in your, and even look at the transits this month, like what's taking place in my chart that, you know, either my 5th house or in Leo. What's going on this month for me and my partner? And just notice that. Just experiment with that, because it plays a role. And this also looks like getting support. So if you're single, this could be getting support from your Leo friends. You know, having a Leo friend introduce you to people. Typically they, oh my gosh, I have so many Leo friends, Leo rising, triple Leos, all the Leos. And, you know, they're really good at connecting with others, generally speaking. That's a huge generalization, but still. So make sure that you are recruiting your Leo friends. Alrighty, now we're going to do a 3-card pick. If you want some extra insight, you know, focus on that, or you're welcome to ask a specific question or use all 3 cards for yourself, whatever you like. Ask away. Or maybe you have 3 questions that you want answered and you ask a specific question for each. Okay. Card number 1. 10 of Cups. Boom. This has to do with all the partnership stuff. This is like fulfillment, enjoyment, celebration, getting what you want. It doesn't mean you're not going to experience any type of disappointment, but this is like the, yes, you're getting what you want. So you just hang in there, be patient, and enjoy the ride. Card number 2, the Moon. So this is that deep internal work is really going to be at the forefront for you this month. So just take your time, enjoy the process, enjoy everything that's going on, and make sure you're paying attention to your internal world. Okay, card number 3, Power. So push forward. This is like perseverance. That's really what you need to do, is just persevere, push through, say yes as much as you can, you know, as long as it's healthy and in affinity with you. It's like you really want to jump on those opportunities that may not be here forever. Okay, so that is all for the reading. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, following. Make sure you follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Onyx Healing. And if you have a birthday coming up, make sure that you, whether it's in October, November, make sure that you sign up for my newsletter to get your solar year reading, which comes out at the end of your birthday month. It's not automated. I just want to be really clear about that because I do a really big spread. So you get it at the end of your birthday month. And if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you're welcome to do that. All the links are in the description. If you have a quick question, I do single question readings for $10 a piece. The link is in the description as well if you're interested in that. And I cannot thank you enough. Thank you. I will see you next time. And also I've started doing more astrology stuff. So once a month I put out a newsletter that's like my top astrology tips, or my top tips for getting through the astrology this month, and talk about transits a little bit. I'll start doing all sign readings for the moons that come up and the astrological events. So I'm going to be doing that and all sorts of good stuff. So thank you again, and I will see you next time. Bye.